I'm in my Snuggie. It is, I think it was about 5 degrees outside. I did have pants on when I came to the fitness center, but I took them off for this video. But don't worry, I have shorts on. That's not the purpose of this. I know most of the country is pretty cold right now, but I was planning to teach a workshop tomorrow. And after a discussion with a friend of mine today, who's also in her 50s, we were talking about all of the things. And any woman, late 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, there is so much information out there about health and wellness. And that's what my friend and I were talking about today. And it's overwhelming for so many women as far as what to do, because they give us all this information and then we're left with it. As a matter of fact, she showed me a picture that I wanted to recreate for you because it perfectly summed up what we were talking about today. So, ladies, active midlife ladies, we've got our weights, right? So we've got to do our weights. And then we've got our protein, right? So we've got to get all of the protein in. Somebody was talking about the protein police if you didn't get enough grams of the protein. Another thing in here, we've got the collagen, because, some have heard that, okay, are we supposed to put this in our coffee because it's supposed to help our face? That's another thing. We've got our gratitude journal. And then do you do the gratitude and then you're supposed to journal? That's another thing we're supposed to be doing. Then we've got our creatine, which is supposed to be for helping the muscles and for helping the brain health. Then, of course, we've got our omega-3s for those that some of us don't love fish, but to help fight off the inflammation, we've got our omega-3s. Oh, and lest we forget, we've got our electrolytes, because we need to have that first thing in the morning because we're dehydrated from all this working out that we're doing. Okay, then we've got Dr. Teal's, the Restore and Replenish Epsom salt, again for more inflammation, calming our systems down, getting into that lovely parasympathetic state that we've all heard about. Then we've got our, for some, birth control pills if you're not on the hormones, or you've got the hormones, or you're trying to get the doctor to prescribe the hormones, or you can't take the hormones, which is another whole conversation in itself. Then, let's not forget, we've got our ADHD medication to try and remember to take all of this crap. Then we've got the tape that we put on at nighttime, mouth tape, to help with the breathing, because we're not supposed to be breathing through our mouths because it's messing up our sleep, and sleep is one of the things that we're supposed to be getting better about, so we can't forget our mouth tape at night. We also need to remember reading. We're supposed to be reading because it's calming our brains down. And this book, by the way, I do recommend this book. It's really, really good. Of course, it's about manifesting. So we're supposed to be manifesting. How in the world we're supposed to be doing all of this crap? Oh, and let's not forget breathing. We're just going to remember to breathe. That's a perfect segue. We're going to remember to breathe. And I had to do the same thing. And she was so frustrated. She said, how are we supposed to do all of this? And I realized for my workshop, I kind of was feeling the same way. So I had to breathe. I had to just take a step back and say, you know what? There's a lot of stuff, and I don't want to rush through it. Women are frustrated. It's a very stressful and frustrating time as it is. So I'm postponing it for my sanity. What I had was not optimal, and I want it to be a fun experience, but this is not going to be me throwing information at you. Think of it, instead of information, it's clarification. What the hell are we supposed to do with all of this stuff? Okay, all of this stuff it's like unless I'm pretty sure most people don't have a personal assistant to help them implement all of these activities. But that's what we're going to talk about, my friends. Hopefully, I still won't need the Snuggie by then. I only use it a couple times a year because it's cold right now. But what I did want to say is I know it's overwhelming, it's frustrating, on top of just not feeling good in general. But we're going to come at this thing from a sense of humor. We have to. We have to laugh. But we're also going to give you some strategies. Like, what do you need to ask for when you go to the doctor? I'll have a list for you, and you can get that by coming to the workshop. I'm postponing it for a month because I really want to dig in and make sure this is as much value for you as possible. I don't want to waste anybody's time, and I want to take more time to make it worth your time. So I'm going to be dropping little bite-sized segments in the next couple weeks leading up to the workshop. But when my friend and I were talking today, I just was like, you know what? She was frustrated, and I realized I need to take a step back and make this as valuable as possible. Again, giving people action items, because what I realize is that we're told to do all of this stuff. We're told, we're just pummeled with this information. But like I said, we're going to give you some clarification. All right. So I hope, I'm curious if you have been using a lot of this stuff too, or if there's more. There's plenty more. Trust me. I couldn't fit more in my bag, but you got the gist of it. All right, everybody, hang in there, stay warm. February 22nd, it's a Sunday fun day, but I'm going to push it back to 5 o'clock Eastern time. So 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock for me. That way I still get on the call with my family. We're going to have a good time. And we're going to talk about this stuff, give you some strategies, and give you some lighthearted ways to handle this. All right? All right, everybody, have a great week. Stay warm.